with the Los Angeles Lakers. They are 1-2 coming out of the All-Star break, and you may be thinking, Noah, what's the problem with that? There shouldn't be a problem. It's a small sample size, and their losses have come to the hot Golden State Warriors and a Phoenix Suns side who are the 8th seed. Well, this Western Conference is highly competitive, and if they were to win today, they would have been only 2 games off the Suns. But because of that, the Suns gain a full game on them, unlike they would have if they lost to a different team. So now the gap between the Suns is 3.5 games, which is a lot of ground to catch up if the Lakers want to get to the 6th seed. And going over these games, they should have won at least one of them, as the shooting troubles in the first game, 28%, but they were getting into a rhythm, so I don't blame them for that. Against the Spurs, they played well, but it was only 5 points in the end. And then against the Suns, they shot 40%, but they had a big problem with offensive rebounding. But why did these troubles arise? This is what I want to highlight on. There are 2 common factors between these teams that torched the Lakers. The first one, in the Warriors game, guard play was a problem. Stephen Curry went off for 25 points in the first half, finished with 32, but we'll cut that. But other forwards even torched them, and this is another thing I want to touch on. Offensive rebounds. Tracy Jackson-Davis got 4 offensive rebounds, 15 offensive rebounds for the game. And they ended out rebounding the Lakers by 7 rebounds in the end, even though the Lakers are bigger than the Golden State Warriors. Even though Christian Wood is out, I think that the Lakers should have been able to make do, but they weren't able to. The next game against the San Antonio Spurs, you'd be thinking, okay, the Spurs, easy game, schedule it in for a win, and the Lakers did handle the Spurs pretty easily, but it didn't come without its own challenges, as in this game, they only won by 5 points. And the scoreline is a little bit misleading, because they cut it to 5 late on. They were up by 15 points with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go, but there is a clear problem here. We have a look at the rebounding for the Spurs. 47 rebounds, 16 offensive rebounds. Then the Lakers, 46 rebounds, but 10 offensive boards, which is the reason why the Spurs had an extra shot despite committing 2 more turnovers than the Los Angeles Lakers. Do you see a pattern here? Let's go to the last game that the Lakers played against the Suns today. Yusuf Nurkic was a beast. He feasted on the Lakers and their inability to secure rebounds, as he ended with the stat line of 18 points and 22 boards. Guess how many were offensive? 7. 7 offensive boards. They ended with 14 offensive boards, 51 rebounds to the 34 rebounds. Know how I was talking about guard play? Guess who else torched them? Grayson Allen, 24 points, 6 of 12 from 3, 8 of 17 from the field. Devin Booker, 21 points, also torched them with... You may be looking at the scoreline, 8 of 18, 1 of 4 from 3, that's trash. But the attention he guided, because the Lakers' perimeter defense was so limited and their best defender was Taurean Prince, they had to figure out with a way to try and remedy that. So what they would do is they would get Taurean Prince to come up, and they'd get either D'Angelo Russell or Austin Reeves to come meet them. And this is way beyond the 3-point line. This is like 35 feet out. So they meet him up there so that Devin Booker wouldn't be able to beat him off the dribble, and then Booker would pass it off, and it would lead to an open 3 from Royce O'Neal, who had 6 from 10, or Grayson Allen, 6 of 12, which was a huge problem for the Lakers and was a part of the difference. But another part was what I was talking about, Yusuf Nurkic. Whenever he got the offensive board, or even other players, they ended with 14 compared to the Lakers 3. They would feed it out straight to a 3-point shooter and they'd knock it down. The Lakers have 2 huge redundancies in perimeter defense and offensive rebounding, and I do understand a third of their roster is out, with Cam Reddish, Christian Wood, Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt. Am I missing anybody? I don't know, but it's a lot of players to be missing. And I do give them a little bit of leeway, because once Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, Cam Reddish all come back, they can help with the perimeter defense, as they're great perimeter defenders, and Christian Wood and Jared Vanderbilt do help with the size aspect and can attribute rebounds to the team. But at the moment, they're going to have to make do, as Vando could be out for the season, Gabe Vincent could be out for the season, and Christian Wood's out for the next week and a half, as well as Cam Reddish. He was questionable, so they should get him back, maybe even for the Clippers game, get his revenge game against James Harden when the Lakers play the Clippers on Wednesday night, which I do expect the Lakers to show up. They have been showing up on a nightly basis, which that's what Lakers fans have to chill out about. Even though they are losing these games, it doesn't mean they're not showing up. Like earlier on in the season against the Spurs, when LeBron played against Wemby, after AD had just beaten Wemby, and then he won and they lost that game. It's not like they're not trying. They are trying, which is positive to see. So I do expect the Lakers to go on a run. But the question is, will the rest of the league continue winning? That's a very big question, as the Western Conference is heating up. And you have a look, the Lakers 31-28. You put them in the Eastern Conference, and they are sitting at the 9th seed, but they're like 3 games out of the 5th seed, which is crazy. Honestly, it is crazy. And even let's go up to the 4th seed Clippers, 37-19. You put them here, they're the 2 seed. It's such a better conference, the West, at the moment. There's so much competition. The Rockets 25-32. You have a look at where 25-32 will put you, not the 12th seed, it will put you at the 10th seed. If you guys are interested, I have a video further explaining my thoughts on the sacking of Jacques Vaughn.